We have decided to analyze A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams. The book was banned due to the repeated scenes of sexual content. Blanche being an alcoholic and prostitute is also mentioned in the reasons for banning. Homosexuality was another reason the book was banned, since it was considered as a taboo in 1940.
We're going to focus on one major reason of banning, which is the sexual content. On page 133 in the book, Stanley tries to convince Stella about how happy they were before Blanche showed up, and that everything will go back to being the same between them once Blanche leaves. In the scene that we're showing, Stanley is trying to convince Stella to get rid of Blanche, and tries to convince her using the sexual desire prevalently shown in the play.
Stella, it's gonna be alright after she goes and after you've had the baby. It's gonna be alright again between us. The way it was. You remember the way it was. Those nights we had together. God, honey, it's gonna be sweet when we can make noise in the night in the way that we used to and get the colored lights going with nobody's sister behind the curtains to hear us.
We decided to focus on this scene because it shows Stanley's desire for sex. The reason he tries to convince Stella to let Blanche go is so he could make sure there'll be no problem after he rapes her, which is what he's been wanting to do. We determined this based on sexual tension between Stanley and Blanche shown earlier in the book on page 41.
It's also important to focus on the scene because it shows the sexual desire and tension through all three of the characters enveloped in one scene. Stanley wants to show Stella that he doesn't want Blanche around, and that all he wants is for their sex life to be how it used to be.